Hi, this is ernblau. In this video I will show you how I made my track Lost Cause for loopops production contest. First of all, huge thanks to loopop for organizing this contest, and also huge thanks to AA Batteries for making the PO33 sample pack. I made my track with the PO33 and Ableton Live 10. I started by loading the samples onto my Pocket operator, and then I just started playing around with them. So a few sounds immediately grabbed my attention, and these were the sounds I then built my track around. First of all, melodic slot number 3. It has a really cool detuned sound to it. And for bass, I really liked melodic slot number 4, because I like basses that have a lot of texture to them, and this bass sample definitely has that. For drums, I mainly used kits 10 and 12. Also, I used melodic slot number 5 for background effects. And for the segue into the outro, I used melodic slot number 7. And then for the outro, I used the drum kit on slot number 16. I really like vocal samples, so this kit was really fun to play around with. And I settled on this pattern. And then I sort of built my track. I quickly found two patterns I liked. First is this one. And the second is this one. So when I had these patterns programmed, I recorded them into Ableton. And how I did that was painstakingly. I first copied each of the patterns into an empty slot, and then in these slots I, one after the other, removed the sounds that were in the pattern, so that I was only left in the end with one of the sounds. For example, here we only have the vocal chops. And then I multi-track recorded each sound individually into Ableton. What I did in Ableton is record each sound in every pattern with different punch-in effects applied on the KO to get different variations of the pattern. I mainly used the harmonizer effects, as they often create interesting artifacts, especially on drums, and scratch as well as stutter. Afterwards, I pieced the track together out of 4-bar loops of the different sounds, and then applied Ableton stock effects to the audio tracks. For reverb, I used Sends, one for melodic sounds and one for drums, to save computing power. I also used the delay send for some FX type sounds. On every track there's an EQ, and on many of them there are compressors. Sometimes I grouped sounds together, especially for drums, and compressed them together, as well as applied a drum bus effect for more pronounced texture and a bit of distortion. On the main melody, I used a multi-band compressor and a chorus effect. I also sidechained the bass to the kick and made the bass mono to fit better into the mix. I also used some automation for panning various sounds, as well as doing filter sweeps, and also the wall of reverb in the segue to the outro, where I used really long decay times, as well as the freeze feature of the reverb. I also used some gain automation here and there, for which I used a utility, so as to not interfere with my mixer levels. One other thing to mention is the reverse reverb before the main melody comes in, which I created in 2 different ways, and then used both to create a richer experience. For mastering, I used a simple chain of an EQ, a compressor to glue the track together, another EQ, and then a compressor which acts as a limiter. So this is how I created the track Lost Cause for loopops competition. Again, I want to say a huge thanks to Loopop for organizing this competition. It was a ton of fun and really pushed me to finish a track again, which is a thing I hadn't done for a rather long time before. And also again, huge thanks to AA Batteries for creating a sample pack for the Pocket Operator. Peace out.